Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Levi McCurdy, and welcome to the Patreon bonus episode number 3. And of course, I'm probably gonna definitely call Paul later, so we'll wait a minute before we dial in. But dude, oh man. Listen, so I kind of hinted at it a little bit on the main episode this week. Check that out if you haven't already. But boy, oh boy, we've been going in on the vertical content, the reels, the Instagrams, the stories, the YouTube shorts, and just we're really pushing content there. And the numbers are showing. I mean, it's every other post is hitting, 3K views on each of the platforms. I think YouTube's racked in like 15K over the last week. Instagram's racked in another 15K over the last week. I mean, numbers are looking good. But listen, with those numbers comes like a handful of shit. It comes a handful of shit. And, like the comments, dude. The comments that I am getting on some of these videos. Let me just read some of these. Let me read some of these out loud to you. Here's one. Here's one that says, when faking it till you make it goes wrong. Okay? And then of course, and I'll tell you my responses too, because I mean, they're out there so you can see them for yourself. But my response to that was, I know it's insane. Joe Rogan has been podcasting for what, 10 plus years now. So like, it's kind of fucked up that he's been faking it for all these years. And, I really hope he starts to be genuine on his podcast is essentially what I told this guy. So thank goodness he found me, here's another comment on me. I think this was directed at me, maybe not the topic I was discussing, but it says, please eat more lead paint. So that's fun. And so I responded to that. I'm pretty sure I said, okay, I will. To that one. I don't know what it means. I don't know if lead paint is maybe like part of the new keto diet. But maybe that'll happen soon. And then, oh, dude, the comment right before that one is brutal. Oh, it's brutal. Listen to this. Listen to what Eli Connor has to say about me, bro. Eli Connor says, bro, I've never been this mean before, but your voice cadence is appealing to ears. Appalling? Oh, I'm sorry. I can't read either. Now make fun of me because I can't read. He says, bro, I've never been this mean before, but your voice cadence is appalling to the ears. Like, I think I made his ears bleed. And that deserves
shout out to Levi.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And then, dude, the comment right before that, I'm on a fucking hot streak now. It was a hot streak of comments. This guy says they need to ban some of y'all from microphones. And I said, you're right. They do. And I mean, the comments go on and on. Oh, here's one. This one was 2 days ago. This comment says, and it's just very simple, and it's straight to the point. It's very simple and straight to the point. It simply says, low testosterone. And so to that, I said 1,000%, and then put a bunch of crying faces emojis. And then someone else from a shitty comment came onto this thread comment and gave me some pointers. And this is what I really wanted to talk about, because thanks to this guy, his name's Ty, so presumably Tyler. Thank you, Tyler. I have now stepped up my my shit talking, commenting on YouTube. This is the thread. So Simon says low testosterone, and then of course I agreed with my crying, smiling faces. And then Tyler came in and he said, "Hey man, you're way too positive. You need to talk your shit. Responding to everything with love and actually acting so positive is a net negative. Be positive a lot, but it's bad to be over positive, especially when you're not genuine. Okay, so essentially what I'm establishing this to mean is that I can be positive. According to Tyler, I should be positive, but not positive all the time, but also it's going to be negative, so I should be positive and negative at the same time, is essentially what he's saying. I'm going to try to read it again, maybe. He says, you're way too positive, man. Talk your shit. Responding to everything with love and acting so positive is a net negative. Be positive a lot, but it's bad to be over positive, especially when you're not genuine. I get it now. I get it 100% now. And now it makes sense. And so I responded, right. Okay. Got it, comma, loser. And so basically, like, I'm a badass. You know what I mean? And so he said, laugh my ass off. That's more like it. So I think I got a fan in the comments. Here's another comment that says, at first I thought this guy was lip syncing some girl's voice. So of course I responded if I had $1 for every time. And I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And I can't wait. I can't wait to share these comments with Paul. And, you know, maybe it's just maybe it's a thing. Maybe it's not. Maybe can we dial in Paul on the phone? Can we get Paul on the phone, please? Can we get Paul? Here we go. No, are we going to dial the number? Are we going to dial the number? You know what I mean? Here we go. What's up, buddy? Let's talk about York County and how it's shit. I think it has a lot to do with the city. The city
is pretty brutal. But like Lancaster City
Lancaster City kind of sucked too. Yeah.
And now it's good. And it was like Lancaster. So I first moved out this way in 2008 when I came to Millersville.
Yeah.
And Lancaster at the time was Prince Street was really cool because they had all like the art galleries, and anywhere else was just like dead city. 10 years later, 2018, I moved back to Lancaster after living out in Philly for a bit, and come back here, and it's a thriving city with all these like new breweries and farm to table restaurants and local boutiques and studios, and so like I don't know why York can't do the same thing. Like it's like not doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's definitely interesting. They're trying to revitalize their downtown efforts, as you know, but I think that's kind of like, I don't know if it's working. Like I know Parliament, I know King Street, I know downtown York, I know all those guys. They're doing
there
great.
Are cool spots in the city. Like yes. I've been, because like since Brittany's family lives out in Redmond, we have unfortunately had to spend way more time there than I ever would have liked to. But like there's stuff that like I've seen and I'm like, oh, that's like a cool spot, or like, oh, that's like a cool. We went to like a wedding at a spot in York one time that I was liking. I forget what it was called.
Right.
But like, it's just such a shitty town, and I don't understand. It feels bad to be there. Like the vibes are fucked.
Yeah, I think it's just, I don't think they know what they're doing. I mean, you know at firsthand. I mean, fucking which is supposed to be like revitalizing everything, use fucking grant money and presumably taxpayer dollars to pay for a fucking $5,000 website that they let go to waste.
It's really bizarre, man.
It's very interesting, but also too, it's like, hey man, there's not much to do in downtown York. Like, where do you go to like eat or drink? Like Mud Hook.
The worst place I've been is the White Rose.
Oh, stop. Okay, pause. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe you just said that. This might definitely go on Patreon. Okay, so you just said out loud the worst place you've been in York County is White Rose. Now, when you refer to White Rose, I'm assuming you mean White Rose Bar and Grill on the corner there?
Yeah, they have like the pinwheel system up top, I remember.
Yeah. Did you guys sit at like a table or did you sit at like the bar? What was your can you
Uh,
tell me your experience actually? Why don't you just start from the beginning? Why were
yeah.
you there?
Honestly, it's a hazy memory. I think I've been there twice,
Oh,
but
okay.
maybe just one. It might have been just one time. So during Brittany's 21st birthday run,
Hmm.
we went there at some point with her friends Ashley and Shannon. But like, I can't remember if we went there another time with them or just one time, or like we went there twice in the same night. I don't remember why we were there, but we were there, and it was like most. We did not have a table. We were like standing with fish bowls, which are not a good choice ever, even as a 21-year-old. And just like the most crowded,
Yep.
uncomfortable I've been at a bar probably ever.
And what year
Just
was
like
this?
sardines. This would have been 2012, 2013,
Sounds right. Yep.
2013.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, just crowded sardines in a bar, and then like the food wasn't very good. The atmosphere was like, I remember looking at the pinwheel machine because I thought that was cool,
Hmm.
but like I think that there was a point where I was just so crowded and miserable that I just spent time staring at that like existential crisis mode
Yeah.
because
So
it just didn't feel good.
that's so insane, dude. From that time, like 2000, what did you say it was? Like 2013?
2013, I want to say probably.
Yeah, from like 2013 to like 2016, White Rose was the staple of downtown York. If you were going to White Rose, people looked at you different because it was hard to get in. It was always packed. It's
Wait, really?
expensive. Oh, the White Rose Bar and Grill for a very period of time in my college days around that 2013, 2016 time. Oh yeah. We went to White Rose when we were celebrating. Oh, the White Rose
I
Bar
mean,
and
that's
Grill.
I think we went there for Brittany's 21st with her
Exactly.
friends. That's
Exactly.
why.
The White Rose Bar and Grill is a celebration spot. I'm pretty sure we went there for my 21st birthday and John Dunkel got me a dirty Girl Scout shot, which now seems really weird when I say it out loud. So we're going to never talk about that again and pretend it didn't happen. But yeah,
Yes.
dude, we went there when we were graduating college, went to White Rose. 21st birthday, went to White Rose. Any staple in your life in York County, you went to White Rose. Now, I don't know what happened after, and these years are just, kind of hearsay, but I don't know what happened after 2016, but something started to fall off where it wasn't that busy and things, I think rumors started circulating, maybe some owner drama, I don't know. And then like 2018, 2019 was kind of bad. And then I think in that era too, they opened up a second location and I haven't heard good things about it since. And according to insiders like Megs knows people who are still in York and go out there a lot. White Rose in 2022 is not the shit. It is apparently a place that you do not want to go anymore. Which
See, I
is,
didn't feel that way in 2013, so I can't imagine what it feels like now.
yeah.
Jeez, man, that's brutal to know.
It's I don't know what happened, but like yeah, man, it used to be the shit. It was the shit. And apparently the bar up the street is the same way. Uh where was it? I went there for like 3 years for trivia. Jesus.
I don't know. I don't know enough of the landmarks. I will. Okay, one thing I will give York though. So since we're talking about bad things, York Revolution, great stadium,
Yeah. Yep.
good vibes.
Yep.
Better fandom than the Lancaster Barnstormers of the Atlantic Baseball League. Barnstormers fans,
Yeah.
very lethargic.
Yep.
Revolution fans, they do that Revolution chant, the Revolution. Yeah, great stuff.
Holy Hound. It's called Holy Hound. It's technically called Holy Hound Tap Room, and they only had beer for its infancy up until 5 or 6 years in, when obviously no one was going downtown for beers anymore because of COVID. So now I think he has liquor, and I've heard from multiple people that it's gone. Like, the food is not great. Dude, their food, Holy Hound's food, when I would go, let me tell you, when I worked at Gavin down in downtown York, funny enough, every Wednesday, me and my buddy George would leave work at 4 o'clock, like an hour early, because no one gave a shit. We would leave work whenever we wanted and immediately go to Holy Hound and start drinking, because Wednesday nights at 7 or 8 o'clock, I think it was 8 o'clock, they had trivia, and we had a trivia team, and we fucking killed it.
Dude,
we smashed it. And hence the reason I hosted it. Hence the reason I'll probably do it again once in my life. But but it started at 8 o'clock. So George and I would sit there for 4 to 5 hours and just fucking drink beer. But the food, dude, they had a venison burger that was the best fucking thing I've ever put in my mouth. It was
actually venison.
So good.
Venison in general is an underrated thing.
Yes, 100%.
But that's 100% burger.
But apparently now the same thing as White Rose. Everything's terrible. Do you think that
COVID made York worse?
They have chicken tenders. They have macaroni and cheese, nachos, just the standard bullshit bar food. French onion soup. What?
Yeah, that's.
I don't know. COVID, I guess. Because, how do you keep farm fresh venison meat? How do you keep that fresh when you're only getting one to-go order on a Wednesday night?
Yeah, I guess too, if York's more economically depressed than other areas around it, it kind of makes sense that. Because, we've lost restaurants in Lancaster because of COVID.
Dude.
And, part of it is there's too many restaurants, we've talked about before. There's just too many restaurants in general.
It's that.
I think the fact that, between my house and the Marriott in downtown Lancaster, there's, probably 32 restaurants to pick from is probably a bad thing.
Well, it is, and it's that, too. And, York they've lost some of their best restaurants. Let's be honest. They're all chains, but some chains are better than others. If you're going to Outback Steakhouse for a steak, get the fuck away from me. You know what I mean? But if you show me a Logan's Roadhouse, have you ever been to Logan's? That shit,
no.
that shit smacked. And that was a staple of Route 30 in York County for years. And now it's a fucking Chinese restaurant, dude, or another Mexican restaurant or something. The fucking Aztec just fucking opened where Ruby Tuesdays used to be. Yeah, where Ruby Tuesdays or TGI Fridays that just went out. It's you know what? I can't do it anymore. The only thing keeping the York Galleria Mall open is the casino. They just celebrated their first year, and guess what?
They have a casino in the Galleria Mall now.
Numbers are good, baby. Numbers are good. Yeah. Oh yeah. York County. That's the only thing keeping it alive. Oh, if that casino, they just put it up. It's a Penn National, I think. They just put it up last year or the year before.
Jeez.
But yeah, it's the only thing keeping the mall open. It's technically
that makes sense.
In the mall. It's the Hollywood Casino in York. My buddy Tyler, who is going to be on my podcast here soon, he just went to the Gathering, an Insane Clown Posse music festival.
Oh my!
You should see some of the photos he sent me. It was a very interesting time he had. A lot of fun. So we're gonna recap that. But yeah, he works there. His dream is to be a blackjack dealer in Vegas. So he got a job here.
So he's getting his experience at which is very funny.
Yeah, well, no, but he also mildly has and knows he has a gambling problem. And if he has a job at Hollywood Casino, he can't gamble at Hollywood Casino or anywhere nearby because they own all the casinos. So he kind of knocked himself off of.
That he's self-medicated.
Yes, but also fulfilling his dream. So I mean, good for him. He's a good guy. But yeah, dude, it's like, so York County has a casino and some shit bars and some mom and pop stores opening because we'll give them grants to do so. You know what I mean? Like that's all.
Dude, this goes back to, you need to get to give you venue money. There you go.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
York already has like a warehouse. I don't know, man. It's York County, but then you have Lancaster, and Lancaster seems to be the shit. So, like that's where
Lancaster. I mean, Lancaster is, mind you, not the greatest place. I have beef with, but it does seem to, in this particular avenue of things, have a better sense of what's going on.
Now, I think the real question is, because York has, and so does Lancaster, when is Mechanicsburg, Harrisburg area getting a Rob Burritos?
Dude, that's a great question. York has three of them? Does York have three?
They
there's Dallastown,
have,
there's West York, and there's like the Market one.
Yeah, there's East Market Street, there's the Market, and then Dallastown. I think it's three. It's either three or four.
I love Rob Burritos.
It's so good. It's so good. But I've tried, dude. I've tried to get Rob Burrito's website contract for like years. He won't do it. He won't.
That'd be crazy.
No,
awesome.
he won't.
I honestly, Rob Burritos is like one of the better things that I discovered moving out this way in general.
Yeah.
I do really enjoy Rob.
Oh, dude.
The general vibe, the food, all good.
Do you know what's insane to me right now is the fact that you didn't just tell me that you personally know Rob.
I don't know Rob. I've never met.
I've partied with Rob. I know Rob. How do I know a business owner and you don't?
This is your guy.
This is exciting. I mean, okay. He's not really my guy. He doesn't know my name. So if I went up to him, he wouldn't be like, "Yo, Levi, what's up?" He'd be like, "Get away from me now." But we did drink beers together and we did talk business together at this one party once. So I kind of almost know him.
You kind of know Rob Burrito.
You pretty much. No, but he knew my professors in college who were trying to get his website redone. And he's just one of those dudes who's like, I hire teenagers and play goth music in my stores, so I don't really need a website. Like, they just kind of show up, you know?
I do think, though, I think we talked about this one time before, like vaguely remembering. I do think it would be cool, like the pitch for them, and also like I want this myself for them, would be to get like an Old Grumpy e-commerce, because that stuff's really good, and if you could ship it other places, it would probably do well.
They do.
They do have an e-commerce shop, although we can't take that angle.
I just added a jar of Old Grumpy Marks to my cart, and I can either pick it up at one of their locations or they'll ship it to me for $8.
Yeah, well, I guess we can't do the thing I wanted to do. Then.
Well, I mean, it's WordPress, and they're just using WooCommerce. So, I mean, if we could nudge them to move to Shopify and spend a bunch of money, but again, he's going to say, "Hey, this is already working. Why am I going to change it and spend more money?"
Yeah, I guess that's true. You know, and then Scott and I have talked about this. There's certain people that, like, I guess this falls into, of like, if the business is good enough, you don't really have to do like a crazy design thing. It could do more. I definitely think it could be, if it was like more attractive, easier to interface with, if we connected and like promoted, that there's definitely stuff you could do. But it's like people are gonna eat them. He doesn't really need. You're right. And you said it's like, I hire teenagers and play golf. Sorry, it's kind of hard to. But like, I also like feel like I'd like to do it. And Rob, if you're listening, because you found Levi's Patreon, we could do it for real cheap. Do it for real cheap, just because we also like.
Dude, they're good burritos. They're good burritos.
They're good. I also, have you ever gotten their like nachos they make? Like loaded nachos?
I don't think I've ever had nachos, because I'm just obsessed with the burritos.
Okay, for the first like several years of living out here, I would always get burritos and I loved them. And then probably a few years back, I just like one day I was like just not feeling a burrito, because it's like they're huge too. You know, like you eat it, it's like eating an infant. And so I like their nachos because Brittany was like, "Oh, I'll split them with you." Firstly, there's a ton of it. Now, there is like a big delta between like their good nachos and their bad nachos. And sometimes if I go in there and I see who's working, I won't get them because they don't make them well.
Right.
But they got guac on top, sour cream, salsa, cheese, the works.
Hell
And
yeah.
I usually get like grilled chicken on it.
Ooh.
And they're really good nachos. They're really good.
Sounds
I'm a
good.
fan.
Sounds
I'm a fan
good.
of. They have like the same like kind of like flavor of the other ones. Like the burrito, you know how their burritos and their cheese, like something about what they do just like tastes like
It's
tangy
different.
almost.
It's different. It's a different
Yeah.
taste. Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
The nachos have the same thing going on though. They don't taste like just like nachos anywhere else. It tastes
Uh-huh.
like whatever they're doing,
Uh-huh.
they're doing the same thing with the chos, and they're
Uh-huh.
good.
Uh-huh. Dude, I forgot to tell you, I have a surprise for you. It's an update. So I thought I was clever in calling our conversations calls with Paul. And so my good friend Carlos over at the 280 Plus podcast, he had his friend on his podcast this week. And his name is Paul. And he titled his episode Better Call Paul. And so I told him I'm stealing it.
Yes. Also, fun fact: I love Breaking Bad. I've never watched Better Call Saul yet.
So I watched
I've
like
also not watched El Camino because I had intentions of rewatching Breaking Bad before watching El Camino, and I just haven't gotten around to it.
See, I rewatched Breaking Bad like 18 times before El Camino came out. So I watched El Camino the day it came out, and then the next day. Oh,
when did that come out too?
COVID, I think, like 2019, 2020. It's good. Oh, it's good. Yeah, definitely. But no, dude, definitely if you haven't seen Breaking Bad in a minute, definitely watch Breaking Bad first and then El Camino, because El Camino is basically just like the last episode. It's just the final episode, that they release years later.
I kind of want to watch that.
It picks right up where the finale pretty much left off. They wrap some things up. They answer a lot of questions that we had, and it's basically just Jesse being a fucking badass for 2 hours straight.
So the question I have you watched Better Call Saul?
So I watched the first season, and then life happened. I think Megs moved to Mexico or some shit, and then I never watched it again. They just did their
it's over, right?
It's over, I think. Yeah, it's like
my brother's been telling me to watch it for a while now, but I think it's almost wrapped. It might be wrapped.
Season 6. Yeah, season 6. A new episode just came out like last week, I think. Yeah, Vince Gilligan reflects on his final Better Call Saul episode, says he came back just for fun. Yeah, so I guess so. I think it's over.
Because I've debated, like, maybe I'll watch Better Call Saul as the prequel into watching Breaking Bad again, and then watch El Camino to finish it.
That's not a bad plan. That's not a bad plan. I'll propose something else. We do it together and then podcast weekly about it, but it's okay if you don't want to do that part. We can still just do it together.
I will consider the... So I'm very hesitant on the weekly podcast idea because I used to do the baseball with my friend Joe. And after a baseball season in 2018, I was so burnt out of weekly podcasting because it's like you got to find the time to do it amidst all the other stuff you do. And then you have to like, obviously when you're watching a show, it kind of provides content to talk about, but it's just like, it's a grind.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a podcast. There's a grind to doing it, even if you're doing it on your own schedule. It's still a grind.
Yeah. I was just going to, this is how my brain works. I was just going to say, all right, what if we don't do it weekly, but what if we do it like 4 times a month?
Which is weekly almost. Yeah, same thing.
I'm just kidding. No, dude, all right, let me come up with an idea because you're right. What if, I don't know, what if we just did like a 10 episode mini series of like one podcast episode for each season of Better Call Saul, each season of Breaking Bad, and then El Camino, and then like a finale. So we're only looking at like 15 podcasts. We're only looking at like 15, and we could spread that out however long we want.
That could be a way to do it. That could definitely be a way to go about it.
All right, let me.
Because like, well, I'm also like, okay, what are there 5 seasons of Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
We could at our own pace watch them, and then I think it would also be funnier to do it this way.
Yeah.
We watch them, and then we just talk about each season for one episode each. Then we talk about each season of the other one, and we dedicate an episode per season.
Yeah.
But if we do it like after we've watched them, it's funny too because it's just like a hazy recollection of I think this happened. You know that?
Yeah.
Because I always appreciate that of like trying to recall what happened actually.
Right. And so yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna map this out and I'm gonna make it work for the both of us because I've been dying to do this. So, and then what? Okay. Any chances of your wife's involvement?
Potentially, I can't necessarily commit her because she's also doing so many other creative endeavors right now. So
not in the sense of her being on the podcast, but maybe per episode I can get like a 30-second audio recording of Brittany's thoughts, and then we can react.
Brittany does love Breaking Bad, so we could definitely.
Okay.
I'll float the question amidst other things that are going on. So we'll see. I could see that happening.
Listen, just tell her I need you to come live with me for 6 months.
We watched like all the we caught up because like season 2, I think, because I like didn't watch the first one when it came out, and then I like watched it, and then I watched it week to week, like as soon as I could every time it came out for a while. Which was back in the days of I would have to like go find it torrented somewhere because it was not next day anywhere, and I didn't pay for cable as a college student. So
yes.
Torrent the episode like.
Oh my god, bro, dude, you and I are so more alike than you fucking know it. I do the same shit. Any show, because that was before streaming and before anything was easily accessible. So you just torrented the fucking episode the next day. I did that with the Jersey Shore up until like 2017, dude.
Dude, wait, okay, Jersey Shore ticked my brain to something else. Scott, Joy, Brittany, and I watched, and now I'm kind of locked into finishing it. When we were down the shore, we were watching Love Island Australia.
Oh my god.
And like, I'm not a big reality TV guy. Like, I don't enjoy reality TV as a genre. Yeah. I also know that it's like incredibly heavily edited and like it bothers me. But right. Gotta say, Love Island Australia drew me in because it's so the drama is so stupid. Everything is like the host makes fun of the show, which is great. Keep going. Lots of drama. Have you ever watched any of the Love Islands? Because this is my first watch. Do you have any context for this?
I think maybe Megs and I might have turned it on once, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe, okay. And we thought it was stupid. But here, I think I have is Sophie Monk?
Yes, she is the host of the Australian one.
Sophie's the host. Okay. I think I have a first look here. Hold on.
It's on Hulu, so you can watch it.
Oh wait, is there no audio? Oh man. Okay. Well, there is audio. I just can't hear it. Can you hear it? No.
I don't hear anything.
All right, that's fine. I'll impose it later. But okay. Is she? Oh! Is this where she's the mermaid? Why is she a mermaid?
Wait, I don't think I've seen that.
Okay. Maybe it's just.
So also for a funny thing, because like Scott and Joy had been watching it before we joined them. So like,
my God.
Like episode 6. So there's like all this like lore that's been referenced from the first few episodes that I do not know, but like from context clues of watching, I've like picked up.
And so the premise of this, I'm assuming, is the same as is every other reality show. Is they're supposed to just hook up and have as much sex as they want, and then find true love? They find true love from hooking up.
They're supposed to find love. There is a couple mechanics to the game. So if you're in a couple, like you're like safe from being voted off, basically.
Yeah.
And then every couple of weeks they like recouple.
Okay.
And so you have a chance to like change your couple if you're vibing with someone else, and or you can like stick with the same person, and et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I think I have audio.
Tonight you'll be asked a simple question: do you stick or do you twist?
Do you hear that?
Yes,
Anyone left single will be dumped from the villa.
Oh my god.
Face to face for the first time.
Who is it?
Who will stick?
What have you decided to do?
So I've really, really tried to connect with these boys and open up to them.
And who will twist? Single Islanders will be dumped.
Taku connected with 2 girls. However, he's been struggling to find where his heart lies.
Oh, Taku. Oh
If he
no.
walks into the villa alone,
Oh no. If Taku walks into the villa
his Love
alone,
Island journey
it's over.
will
The
end
journey's over.
tonight.
Oh my god.
Okay, so let me give you,
Dude, what's
some more
gonna
of the
happen to
context of
Taku?
what you're hearing there.
What's gonna happen?
So characters can be voted off by, like, if you're not in a couple, like she comes in, she's like, hey, like you're, but Australia can weigh in and be like, hey, this person's least likely to find love, so they're gone. Or like, hey, we're like changing this. But then they bring in new girls and boys each week, basically, like every few weeks.
As a added bonus, as a twist, they bring in like the ex of this guy, or they bring in like the celebrity from Love Island, England over here.
It's random people who have watched the show, so they like know stuff about the people on the show. Like it's people like. So like someone comes in episode 8 and they've watched the first 6 episodes before they got booked on the show. So they like know which girl they want to partner with when they come into the villa because they've been watching it.
Oh,
it's really wild. It's a wild concept.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like,
See,
like,
I think the United States version, they just bring like your exes from back home. Like if you start finding love,
like the most chaotic. The hosts, Brittany was telling me, so the first season host of the US one is Hindenburg, who I don't know if you know her from internet life. She was like a Vine person, and she's a good Instagram personality.
Yeah.
And then I guess the new season is Sarah Hyland is the host. So they got some good hosts in the US. But
insane.
yeah, I have fallen into the Love Island, and I have.
Okay, Megs is gonna be so thrilled that we have to watch. Now, where do you watch Love Island Australia? Is that on our network?
It's on Hulu.
Oh, Hulu, you said. Okay, gotcha. Okay, perfect.
Everything's on Hulu,
Perfect.
so you can watch it.
Listen
have
to
a
me.
great grand old time.
I know you boy, you better not pay more than $1.99 a month for Hulu.
Dude, I don't pay for Hulu. It's through my Spotify subscription.
Well, how much do you pay
years
for your
ago.
Spotify subscription?
I don't know, whatever I pay for Spotify. But I got it years ago. There was a deal for like a couple days where if you signed up for Hulu through Spotify, you got free Hulu.
Forever.
And I have not changed my subscription to Spotify, even though I have Apple Music now, because I have free Hulu. And it's like, why not?
Right. So you're probably only paying $9.99 a month for Spotify
for
and
things.
Hulu.
Yeah.
Well, good for you then. I just delete my Hulu account every year, and then on Black Friday they run a 99-cent a month promotion, and I just use a different email. Also,
Pretty smart. Smart.
Yeah. It's so it takes a while because then I have to re-log into everything, but it is what it is. Dude, Love Island.
But,
I'm looking at it now, and I'm thinking this might be our new obsession.
Dude, I hope you enjoy it. If you do, me and Scott can talk about it because Scott watches it too. So the 3 of us will have a reality TV show.
We're gonna need a Love. We're gonna need a Love
Island channel.
We need a Love Island recap podcast weekly. We need a
Dude, you could get Scott into that for sure.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, that dude, he's pissing me off, dude. His fucking studio is a podcast studio, and he doesn't do anything about it.
Oh, he has the couch and everything?
Oh, yeah. That
and that mirror, that beautiful mirror here?
Yeah, he's an idiot. He needs to put a fucking camera in there and film some shit.
Dude, well, we should I'm enjoying the idea of a Love Island podcast, even if it's just an episode of the What Are We Doing podcast where you, me, and Scott talk about Love Island.
Yeah. We can totally do that. That's fine. I think that'll work out better first, and then if
we like it and we want to continue it, we can figure out a way to make that happen, because it's like it's the kind of thing where like it's so silly because like it's just goofiness, and like the characters, the people are goofy. It's incredible. It's incredible. I can't believe it.
And I think I'm gonna message him right now, and I think his brain is probably gonna melt, and then he'll be on board. So I think and then once we'll see how he reacts, because what'll happen is probably after the What Are We Doing podcast episode where we just talk about Love Island for an hour, he'll text us and be like, "Dude, it's totally pumped. We should do a Love Island podcast every week."